Police in Cape Elizabeth are investigating the vandalism of several signs in town that were part of a domestic violence awareness campaign.
Today, our Pearl Small got to hear reactions from the woman who is the reason those signs were put up in the first place.
I grew up in a community very similar to Cape Elizabeth in another state, and I grew up in an affluent family with professional parents, and my father was abusive toward my mother. And it was a complete secret.
Rachel Davis has a passion to raise awareness about domestic violence in towns like the one she grew up in.
Especially for communities that are close and small, the stakes are very high if domestic abuse is revealed to be.
Now the director of Thomas Memorial Library, Davis says she worked with town officials and the organization Finding Our Voices to start a campaign, including signs she put up around town that had real stories from real survivors. Last Thursday evening, at least 9 of them were stolen or trampled.
I was a little surprised. I didn't think that they would be removed, but I can understand how the messages on the signs would be upsetting and possibly intimidating to someone who may be in that situation.
Police say they're investigating but have no suspects. It's unclear what the intentions were, but in many of the areas where signs were ruined, there were signs for other campaigns left untouched.
I think that it's probably going to have the opposite effect. Anytime you try and take away the opportunity to speak, I think draws more attention to the fact that it needs to be spoken about. So I'm hoping to turn this into a positive.
Despite the setback, Davis says the campaign has been extremely well received by the community. Dozens of people have attended their events, taken advantage of the resources, and when we went to go look at some of the damaged signs, it was hard to find because so many had already been fixed.
And we have already had about 14 people request signs for their own yards. So I'm hoping that we will continue to spread awareness with people stepping up to stand in solidarity with survivors.
The survivors who are used to being knocked down, but are still standing. In Cape Elizabeth, Pearl Small, News Center, Maine.